Hello, I am Donnie, and I am the cute one.
And I am Chelsea, and I am the cute one.
It's Friday, cuties. TGIF. We're just gonna give it to you straight right off the bat. This is being recorded the day after Election Day, so our morals aren't great.
Well, our morals are never great, but our morale is also currently not great.
See, you know what? We thought about canceling this recording. We thought about canceling this all week and just bed rotting. And we said, no, we think being together and being here for the cuties and having the cuties join in on this experience will be better for us. And already, being an idiot is bringing a smile to my face.
It's the great equalizer. If you are feeling topsy-turvy right now, let us be your North Star, that no matter what happens, we will be dumb.
Like we had to tell someone recently. People don't listen to this podcast for the truth.
They listen for another reason. Unclear, but it's not that one. It's not the truth.
So we're not going to be talking about the election. We're not going to be talking about our feelings of it. You can figure that out if you need to. We're just going to be answering questions. We're doing a little AMA style this week, and we're just going to be silly.
Yeah.
So if that's not what you want, go listen to CNN or something.
Go doom scroll on your phone like a moron. No, I want to give the disclaimer that this is the least prepared I've ever been for a recording, which... You know, it says something that the content that we put out, we prepare that. We plan ahead of time for that. So God knows what you're getting today, but you're getting something.
You're getting something. Something you will be getting. They are doing some sort of street work outside of my house. So you will be hearing, what's this machine called?
I enjoyed that when you texted me this morning, you did call it a jackrabbit, which I believe is the name of a vibrator, but it's a jackhammer.
Jackhammer, yes. We're jacking.
Just jacking. I think that it really adds to the overall vibe and aesthetic that there's just like hardcore street work happening right outside your window right now.
I said I'm not going to touch on the election, but after those results, I just imagine that's what the rest of my life will be. Never ending, like walking through that atmosphere. Yeah, so this is just the beginning, ladies and gentlemen.
This is just the beginning, and it's also the beginning of a beautiful relationship between my oldest daughter and Jesus, because she did discover God this week.
Oh, how?
So we have been very intentional about, a separation of church and state, a separation of God and our house.
Yes.
I am a recovering Catholic. Dr. Bald, who knows what's going on with him, but he's always been kind of anti-religion. And so it's really funny because things like church have come up in the past, to which both my daughters have said, "What's church?" And that, it's like a healing for my reformed Catholic heart, that they're not going to grow up waking up in the middle of the night and thinking of all the sins they need to confess lest they die in their sleep and go to hell as a second grader. The usual things. So when last night my daughter brought to me one of the Christmas books that she's pulled out from somewhere, some closet she was rifling through, and it's a Christmas story, the story of baby Jesus' birth. She hands it to me and she said, "Mommy, tonight for bedtime, can you read me this fairy tale?" And I said, "Sure, baby, I'd love to read you this fairy tale." So we read about baby Jesus. As is tradition, she had many, many follow-up questions about the lore. And then she was quiet for a while. I told her about the Immaculate Conception, the shepherds coming, the wise men bringing their terrible gifts, not a Pampers or a bottle in sight, just gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And she was quiet for a bit, and then she said, "Oh, so baby Jesus' dad is a god like Percy Jackson." And I said, "You got it, just like Percy Jackson."
Oh, I like this relationship. However, what I don't like is her choice of books. It is November 6th. Why is she asking for a Christmas story?
Well, she is my daughter, and I am one to usually decorate November 1st. Now, I made a conscious effort this year because the Christmas gimmies are so prevalent in my house that I don't want to be introducing the idea that we are nearing Christmas. My daughters don't understand a calendar. Every day they ask, "Is it April? Is it May?" No. So I want to prolong the time where they recognize, oh, it's about to be Christmas season. So I wasn't going to decorate until after Thanksgiving because I'm hosting Thanksgiving at my house this year. I think I'm being set up because year after year after year, my family talks shit about how I'm a Christmas elf, which to that I say, let me have joy. What's wrong with me being happy? But every year they make fun of me. Oh, I bet Chelsea's already put up her tree. Oh, it's the Christmas spirit here. It's 70 degrees out, but Chelsea's ready to celebrate Christmas. This year I wasn't going to do it. My dad, out of nowhere this week, said, you're going to have your tree up for Thanksgiving, right? I feel like I'm being set up. I feel like they enjoy bonding over talking shit. And if I don't give them that, what are they going to talk about around that Thanksgiving table?
Well, now what are you going to do?
I don't know. Because I would love to put up my Christmas tree. Not to bring up the election again that we weren't going to talk about. You did break the news to me this morning via text, which I was so happy that it happened this way, with you sending a supportive text saying, hey, I'm doing okay, but if you need to skip, we can skip. Because immediately following, I logged on to Instagram and just boom, Donald Trump.
That face,
boom,
yeah.
Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. But after I got that text, after I got the jump scare of that Oompa Loompa in my face, the very next thought I had was, oh, I'd love to put up my Christmas tree today.
Well, whatever you have to do. I support it. I did listen to Jennifer Love Hewitt's new Christmas song.
As one does. Is it good?
It is for a Lifetime movie, and it sounds like it's for a Lifetime movie. Okay. Like, it's probably the opening credits as we get B-roll of snow over a lake, whatever.
A busy businesswoman hurrying in the streets.
No, I actually think it's based on her true life about her mom dying. So
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
I can't wait to watch.
Wow.
Anything else?
Not really. I've just been on a warpath this week. I hate everybody. I texted you earlier in the week that if I thought I hated people last week, I hate them even more this week. I don't know if the vibes today are going to help that. I kind of just hate everybody in this world except for you.
Fully agree. Now, if you are someone close to me in my life that I don't see and we text, I probably don't hate you. But if I see you on a day-to-day basis and you're listening to this, you might be one of the people I hate. I do hate everyone in this world except you, Chelsea.
If I'm close to you and you're texting me, I probably do hate you. I probably do hate you this week. Dr. Bald, I got home from work, and he had gone out to the store. It was very sweet. He bought all my favorite snacks. He made me a vodka soda. I walked in the door. I felt like he was like a 50s housewife presenting me with a martini after a long day at the email factory. I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like, what is this for? And he was like, I've noticed the vibe. I'm not trying to be next on your hit list. So, you know what? Once again, I'm saying just present your crazy early on. They know what they're signing up for, and he also knows how to stay alive. Slim Jims and vodka sodas.
Wow. What a treat.
How was your week?
Well, before I get into personal matters, I do need to update people on this woman in Texas who died on the roller coaster, Chelsea.
Famously.
If for nothing else, if for not even an update, I know that it'll bring laughs to the podcast. We can all giggle about this woman.
This woman who plummeted to her death from a roller coaster. If you didn't listen to our Addams Family recap, Donnie, for quite literally no reason, just started chuckling about this woman who flew off a roller coaster and she died.
Well, that still is all true. But I brought it up like it was new news because I learned it like it was new news. It just came up on a reel to me. I watched and kept it moving. This happened 11 years ago. So when people were messaging me for a link and saying like, oh my God, I want to hear more about the story, I couldn't find anything. And then I thought I lied. I thought maybe I dreamt it because I had a visual of this woman in the air. But then I was worried I dreamt it and then was telling that story. But no, it did happen in Texas in 2011. And in 2014, her family got money for it. So you know what? Get what you get.
You know what? You get what you get.
You
get what you get and you don't get upset.
I meant the family got money. That's what I meant.
Okay. Well, it's kind of like my best movie list of the year. It doesn't matter if the movie actually came out this year. It's if you experienced it this year. And to you, this family's tragedy just happened.
Yeah. I'm mourning it still.
Yeah.
Now, something I'm praising, not mourning. This is also an update I got. We're just going through old episodes and fact checking them.
This is our equivalent of like a sitcom when they do flashback scenes. Only our flashback scenes is like, hey, remember that thing we said? That was wrong.
So you famously are a great friend and send me voice messages on Instagram so I can listen to them at 2 times speed. But a cutie, Gabby, told me you can listen to iMessage voice notes at 2 times speed. When the play icon shows up on the iMessage, if you hold it, all these different times come up that you can listen to it at.
You know what? I'm about to stop hating a whole bunch more people.
I know. It really will save the world. And unlike Instagram, you can send as long of a message as you want. So you didn't need to send it in 1 minute increments. You could send me a 10-minute one and then I could just boop, 5 minutes long.
Perfect.
I know.
Because there is nothing worse. I'm a hypocrite. Just like when I'm in a car, I yell at pedestrians. And when I'm a pedestrian, I'm like, these fucking drivers, they're not looking. I feel the same way about voice notes. I hate when people send me monologues, but I do it. And there is no worse feeling than when you have been talking for 2 minutes and you look down and you're like, oh, great, I've been talking to no one for a minute because Instagram cut me off.
Hate that. What makes you a great friend part 2 is that if it's personal and not business, you ask me if you can send a voice message. You don't just send me a 10-minute long monologue about your daughter learning about Christmas. You say, hey, there's been a breakthrough in the household.
We found Jesus Christ, superstar.
Now, who I found this week was Patti LuPone live on stage. I saw... Close to Jesus. I saw The Roommate on Broadway, which with a name like that, I did want it to be like the movie of the same name where one is obsessed with the other one and tries to steal her life. It's not.
Oh.
It's just about these 2 old broads that go to live together. One from the Bronx who is a vegan and used to sell drugs and used to be like, what does Jen Shah do? Scam? Yeah, she used to do all that kind of stuff, but she's left that life to go live somewhere in Ohio or something with this other old lady who's like very kind and quiet and whatever, drinks coffee every morning. Who doesn't? And she's played by Mia Farrow.
Do you want to know how broken my brain is? You said Mia Farrow, and for a split second, I thought you said, and she's played by me. Like, Donnie, you didn't tell me.
Imagine I was in a Broadway show with Patti LuPone, and this is just how I drop it in our Election Day special. Mia Farrow, who was in like Rosemary's Baby, other things like that.
She had a short haircut.
Yes. She doesn't now. Now she has old lady braids.
I feel like the Twiggy haircut to old lady braids is a direct pipeline.
Oh, for sure. And I'm not going to tell you anything else about the play. I was entertained. I was 4th row, so I made eye contact with Patti LuPone a lot.
Wow.
That's all. That was my life. No, one more thing really quick. My sister, who I saw it with, is a Patti LuPone lover. Loved her whole life, fully obsessed, to the point where like a lot of the content she takes in needs Patti LuPone in it, which does put a limit to what you can watch. This woman is in a lot, but not everything.
She's got a LuPoner.
She does. But then, because I enjoyed the play and because she's in Agatha all along, Patti LuPone, not my sister, to educate you.
Thank you.
This is a LuPonaissance for me. I do enjoy the work that I've seen her in. But that means my sister thinks I am now willing to take in her whole filmography. And she's like, I have bootlegs of every Broadway show she's ever been in if you want to watch. I'm like, well, I don't. I'll be using that time to watch every Wicked bootleg I can find instead.
I have a tension headache. Okay. Well, while you do the plug, I'm having a hot flash, so I'm going to take my shirt off.
Yeah, it's very hot. I had the air condition. Take your shirt off. Okay. I had the air condition on when I slept. I turned it off for the recording so it wasn't loud, and I am sweating. I might take my shirt off, but Chelsea was wearing layers. I'm not. So if you want to watch us, we're on YouTube. Go over to YouTube. We have the full TGIF episodes there. We have clips from TGIF. We have all kinds of things. Enjoy yourself on YouTube.
And now, if you're not on YouTube, go over there because my titties are just out. I took my shirt off.
You're in for a treat.
So this week brought us the end of the U.S. Eras Tour, Martha Stewart outing Ryan Reynolds on not being funny, Tom Brady acting like a middle school girl on AIM, Chappell Roan's childhood dreams of appearing on SNL coming true, Olivia Rodrigo not going on dates with men who want to go to space, the death of Quincy Jones, the announcement of Orphan 3, and some felon being elected as our president again.
That's Orphan 3. That's the plot.
So again,
Jesus.
we're going to keep it lighthearted today. I know that people need to laugh. So we asked you to submit chaotic questions, and I've just screenshot. I haven't even vetted any of these. Again, we're going loosey-goosey today, so we'll just see what happens.
I did read through them ahead of time. So if you get to any that are election-based, like where do we want to flee to, etc.
Oh, yeah, we're not doing that. Yeah.
But thank you for your service by sending it in.
Thanks for not following the instructions, cuties. Let's start out. We won't start with a Tom Sandoval-based question. We'll work our way into that. Mm-hmm. I know you're on the brim. If there was a buddy movie about the two of us, who would play you? Who would direct and give us a tagline?
Zack Snyder would direct it, 100%. I think we would look so cute in sepia tones and bikini tops.
Okay, no, it would be a Zack Snyder, Wes Anderson collab.
Ooh.
Also sepia tone.
Yeah.
That's the through line. So it would be like panning shots of like, Donnie farted himself awake this morning. But then it's you in a mini skirt. With a samurai sword.
But now imagine this now. Imagine like how Sucker Punch is different layers. What if one layer is Wes Anderson?
Yeah, when we disassociate, we go to Wes Anderson. But then if we disassociate further, we get a lobotomy.
In bikini tops.
And samurai swords.
Oh, yeah. Now we're talking.
Yeah, Kevin James would play you.
And I think the girl from You would play you.
I'm fine
Victoria
with that.
Pedretti.
Yeah.
And our tagline would be, you didn't come here for the truth. And you don't know if it means the podcast, one of the layers. You don't know what it means.
I love that.
However, I will say, you said I would be played by Kevin James. And I would. And I'm fine with that. However, my costume as Wednesday Addams, you said you can finally see I look like Megan Fox. And when I posted pictures of me in high school yesterday during my AMA, people said they can finally see the Taylor Lautner. So I'm just saying, this episode is our flashback episode where we just confirm things to be true because I've been saying it all this time.
Do you remember one of the episodes we had Kendrick Tucker on as our guest and it came up who would play you? And he said John Travolta. That is a memory that I look back on fondly.
But when did he mean, though? If he means Grease John Travolta, I'm okay. If he means now...
I think he meant when John Travolta finally shed that toupee.
Well, I think he's hot with his bald head, too, so I'm fine with that.
You know how I feel about bald heads.
Yeah.
Why is it that when you're hungover, you're more likely to shit your pants?
Disagree. I do think I poop more when I am hungover, but I'm not going anywhere, so I'm always near a toilet.
Yeah, I would argue I'm probably in the bathroom if I'm hungover.
Yeah, and I do love the smell of a hungover poop. I've said it before.
You've never said that.
Really?
Ugh.
Hangover poops and masturbating are soothing to me when I'm hungover.
There is a difference between feeling soothed and enjoying the scent of
No, I'm
a
not going to
poop.
sell it as a candle. But, like, I could sit in the bathroom a little bit after I do it and just be.
Let's move on. I hate you.
Sometimes I remind you I'm a boy, and that's my favorite days.
Yeah, sometimes I do remember you're a boy, and then I'm like, ugh. Okay, fuck, marry, kill. Edward Cullen, Carlisle Cullen, Jasper Cullen. Well, here's the thing. We got to remember that Jasper Cullen, one thing that's not talked about enough, that man fought for the Confederacy.
True. But even that aside, he is the ugliest. So
you wouldn't want to be fucking him because you know you'd be kissing that man and his eyes are just like he's always just staring at you with those crazy ass Ramona eyes.
Yeah, I hate him. So he's who I'm killing. I would fuck Edward and then I would marry Carlisle.
I would do the same. Yeah. Edward is a creep. He is an old ass man actively pursuing an underage girl. We mustn't forget that.
But that would make me feel like I look young. I would be thriving.
You'd be like, you need to see my ID? Confirm? Yeah, and then you want to marry the guy that's going to put together a lovely little vampire family for you.
Love it.
He's
keep
a
our
doctor.
cap and gowns or whatever he does.
Yeah.
What do they keep? Diplomas?
They keep all of their caps going up the stairs, which, like, we've talked about this in our Twilight episode, but they really didn't try at all to hide the fact that they were vampires who have lived centuries.
No, they wanted to get caught.
Yeah, for sure they wanted to get caught. They didn't even have beds.
No. Do they have toilets even?
You know what I've always wondered?
Tell me.
We know that Bella, spoiler alert, we know she can get pregnant. We know that she gets her period because Alice packed the tampons for her when she went on the honeymoon vacation. When she has her period, are all of the Cullens just like that much more ravenous for her? Because it's just like a steady
Like
stream.
a shark, yeah.
It's like their sweet, sweet elixir just pouring out of the vagine. Something to think about.
Yeah. Mm.
Fuck, marry, kill. The sun, a black hole, Saturn.
Oh, a black hole. You have to fuck it.
Yeah, you got to penetrate.
Yeah. The sun, I know it's spelled different, but it gives me pedo vibes, so I can't marry it. I do have to kill it. So we're marrying, what are we marrying?
Saturn.
Yeah, Saturn. Beautifully.
We're
Lots
putting
of rings.
a ring
Yeah.
on the rings. Yeah, the sun is too narcissistic, I think. It's like, okay, the universe literally revolves around you. Get over it.
And I'm going to use this time to shit on Leos. If I have to hear one more time that the sun is your star and everything revolves around you, okay.
Get a life. Leah Kate wants to know more about the influencer who steals our content. Not today, but maybe on the Patreon, we'll do a tell-all.
Okay.
We've pretty much told it all. There's an influencer who steals our content, allegedly. We can't prove it, but he is blocked. Mallory from Patreon wants to know, what animal would you be and why?
Wonderful question.
A week ago, I may have said Mudang, but did you see the internet is turning on Mudang because she predicted the election?
I did. I would want to be... What's an animal that can go in or out of water? Oh, like a bear. What?
I mean, a bear can go in and out of water. That would not have been top 10 of the animals I would have listed based on those prerequisites, but you are technically correct.
A bear would be cute, and then people would be afraid of me, which is nothing I've ever experienced my whole life. That would be nice.
You frighten me on a daily basis.
You know what? That's true. But you don't have rhymes about me. If people are like, oh, black laid back. Oh my God. And you?
I would be a crow. I already have the grudge holding down. They're so fucking smart. If you need to disassociate from the current state of things after you listen to this show, Kitties, I really encourage you to go to my crow highlights on my Instagram. It's worth it because not enough people are talking about crows.
That's true. There was a whole 911 episode about them.
Of course there was.
It was really good.
What hasn't been covered on 911?
Not much, but there's still more to come because not only is a real one continuing, but we're getting a Hawaii spinoff. That means double the amount of 911 in 1 week, but this time in Hawaii.
Aloha. They're like, 911, what's your emergency? People won't stop visiting this island and ruining our economy.
That will probably be touched upon. They do cover heavy topics. Now, I would also want to be a chimpanzee so I could use a typewriter.
But what if one of those ladies from Chimp Crazy adopts you and you end
Rip her
up...
face off and keep writing.
You're just JB Fletcher on the typewriter. Do, 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 do. Dr. Bald and I are watching Chimp Crazy, and, ooh, it's bleak. PETA came and did a whistleblowing thing, so the feds got involved because, like, obviously it wasn't up to code where they were keeping these monkeys. And their response was to spend all of this money making all of the tiny cages where they feed them chicken nuggets and red Powerade. They painted all of the cages to look like the waiting room of, like, a pediatrician's office. Like, they were, like, little monkey drawings and, like, paintings of trees. And they're like, we've poured so much money into this. I don't know why PETA's still mad. I'm like, you are actively right now on camera feeding your chimpanzee a McFlurry. This one is for Donnie. This is from Nicole from Patreon. Is it too early in the season for me to be drinking a peppermint mocha?
No. Once we pass Halloween, you can do whatever you want.
He's spoken. Okay. Another one. This one's from Rachel. Sorry, Rachel. This one's from Rachel Butts.
Okay. Listen, we're broken. Your last
I'm
name's
sorry
nothing.
if your last name is Butts. I'm really sorry. Okay. Rachel Butts wants to know, as a fellow lover of Mandy Moore, which, oh man, Rachel Butts follows us on Patreon too. So sorry, Rachel. I was going to edit out me laughing at your name, but you're going to see this anyway. As a fellow lover of Mandy Moore, which is your favorite song from So Real and why? And she did say there's only one correct answer.
Oh my God, let me pull it up. Well, it's obviously Candy. But then, if you won't accept Candy, I really like Walk Me Home. Did she say what the correct answer is?
What You Want is the only correct answer.
I failed twice.
That's okay. Maria wants to know, would you ever cover books again? Like have Donnie read the smutty scenes in A Court of Thorns and Roses and react for the Patreon? Maybe. I won't say never because there might be another strike. There might be another reason why we're not going to be covering movies. I can't say that I see us covering books the way we did 2 summers ago anytime soon, just because you just saw me laugh openly at a person who gives us money every month at their name. Like right now, we aren't really in the headspace to be consuming books and talking about them. I think what you'll get is similar to what we did last TGIF, where like if I read a book, I will talk about it. If Donnie picks a few select chapters out of a book that he's read, he might talk about that. I think it would be funny to have Donnie read some smutty scenes, but it would be like a one-off episode.
Yeah, I would be open to it. But let me talk about Brunette Ambition by Leah Michelle really quick. She name drops like it's nobody's business. Like she was like, I auditioned for West Side Story and learned Spanish to do so. And then when they didn't even let me try out because I'm white, I had to call my good friend Idina Menzel, like stuff like that. Yeah. But then she also name drops like secret shady stuff. She's like, the best skin treatment I ever got for my bad acne was Sarah Jessica Parker. And I was like, you just said this woman has bad acne. Stuff like that. It's good.
Did she write it?
She said she did. I don't know. I'll get to the bottom of it.
Slither Ann wants to know, would you rather be a desperate housewife or a real housewife? And this is a good time to plug our Patreon because we are starting our Desperate Housewives coverage over on the Patreon. And I did watch the first episode. I've never seen it before. And I will give a spoiler. I love it, Donnie.
Good. It is so good.
So good.
And it just gets better. Season 1, I think, is, and I'm going to say this in the actual episode, Season 1 is one of the best network TV seasons of all time. Top 10.
I have only watched 1 episode. There were 3 different times I gasped out loud.
Oh, wow. Can't wait to hear them.
To that end, I think I would be a real housewife because, again, I've only watched 1 episode, but there is a lot of death, and I'd want all my family members to stay alive.
That's nice of you. I would pick a desperate housewife because you're going through all that stuff, but at least it's not televised. Imagine going through all the bad stuff in your life and it's televised. That's what a real housewife has to do with. This, you just have to, I don't know, hide a body.
Okay. That's a chilling answer, but timely, I suppose. Okay, Danica wants to know, fuck, marry, kill, Tom Sandoval, Tom Girardi, Tom Luann's ex-husband.
Well, I don't know what he looks like. This one might be a just you question.
Okay, I can answer that. I would kill Tom Girardi. Oh, God, who would I marry? Okay, I would marry Luann's ex-husband. We got the yacht, girls. Clearly, you can marry this man and divorce him immediately afterwards because he's already fucking around. And then I would fuck Tom Sandoval, which I know we all have the ick about him. I feel like, we know he loves psychedelics. Just take some mushrooms, lay down, and it'll be over in a jiff.
And I'm going to say something. If enough people are fucking him, he must not be that bad. In bed.
Yeah, if he's still getting girls.
Yeah. Do it.
Do it. We'll end with this one. Donnie, fuck, marry, kill. A blonde woman with a pixie cut, a red-haired man, a woman with a Lord Farquaad haircut.
Oh, God. Okay. We're going to kill the red-haired man.
Wow.
I know. Then we're going to fuck the blonde pixie cut, which means marry the Lord Farquaad haircut. Because a hair color was not given. So it's going to be blonde.
And hair grows. So if she marries you.
Yeah, I lock her up until it's grown.
Then you become a husband in a heterosexual presenting relationship. And if we've learned anything from this week, men are in charge. And body autonomy doesn't matter. So you'll be able to tell her what to do real quick.
And just like that, not talking about the election is ending on that sentence.
No. Let's end with cutie of the week. So my cutie of the week is hee hee ha ha. I know I'm beating this dead horse till it's glue on the ground, but I would argue that we need hee hee ha ha now more than ever. And I'm going to tell the cuties a little bedtime story. Even if it's 10 a.m. when you're listening to this, go to bed, bitch. Once upon a time, there was a woman named Brittany Cartwright. And Brittany Cartwright did an Instagram ad for Instacart in which she said, it's got all the essentials. For example, bananas, shredded cheese. And I don't know what it was, if it was the combination, if it was her increasingly alarming Kentucky accent, but something about that woman saying bananas, shredded cheese was the funniest shit to me. I don't know if anybody else thought it was funny. I don't actually care, because not only did it make me cry laughing, but it inspired me to do a remix song, to buy a banana costume, and to perform a dance in my basement to the remixed version of Bananas, Shredded Cheese. And I just feel like in 2024, that is the type of hee hee ha ha energy we need to be bringing to the table. I feel like all of us need to put our phones down, we need to stop doom scrolling, and we need to seek out dumb fucking shit that makes us laugh, even if no one else thinks it's funny, because you need to laugh.
I fully support that.
Thank
and that's
you.
why my kitty of the week is Lucy Hale, who was just cast in a movie as an Antarctica scientist battling an evil entity. I can't wait.
Well, that's it.
We will talk to you later. Protect yourself. Protect your mental health. Love you like a sister. Bye.
Bye.